Or you.
Yeah.
Oi. When are you moving out? Do I sound like your mum? Oh, no, something. When are you moving out?
No, my nan never wants me to leave. She's like, no, you can't leave. You have to stay. So I'm sorted, me. I'm not bothered.
You sorted.
Yeah.
You're just gonna stay at your nan's house for your entire life.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, well, fuck it. You can let you get drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you not have a desire to move out? Because I know because you're learning to drive and that. I figured that like learning to drive, passing your driving test, that's freedom, and then you kind of get a taste for it. Want to do like more freedom and move out. Thanks to Crazy Chaff Jay for hosting. I didn't even have to look at the notification for that. What do you think? Are you not interested at all yet, or are you kind of feeling like I would like to move out? Maybe live with someone else, but like a roommate or something, but.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to have a roommate though. I hate the idea of living on my own. To be honest,
Yeah.
It sort of. I don't know. I had the house to myself not too long ago, like last week,
Yeah.
and I just ended up not liking it. I had a couple days where I was like, oh, this is nice, this is all right, and then after a few days, I'm like, all right, I'm scared now.
Is that because you normally like kind of watch stuff with people downstairs and kind of chat, or like what's the reason why we like?
I don't know. I just miss social interactions because
Because you're a full-on extrovert.
yeah, I'll have 1 or 2 days when I can go out talking to people. In fact, I think I need 1 or 2 days sometimes if I spent like ages talking to people.
Yeah.
But that being said, I do nothing but talk to other people. Like when I'm at work, and then I'll pretty much I'll always come straight on and I'm playing League of Legends with Sam, and then and then at the weekends I'm off, like I'm either at my nerd club or I'm out drinking or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm around other people all the time.
You're a
And
proper social butterfly, you.
yeah, and like I'll go probably like 3 months of doing that where I'm fine, I'm enjoying it, and then I'll be like, oh, I could do 2 days. We just we just having a bit of quiet. But then anything after that, it's just like, okay, now I need to be back in that mindset.
Yeah. I guess because one of the reasons I'm thinking is because I was I've been looking at a lot of houses because I'm wanting to move out at some point. Like I would move out now if I could afford it, but I need to do a bit of saving. And it's looking like I'll probably end up buying something and getting a mortgage, being sensible with it, and being able to like do that. But there's this house near my place that'd be, if I bought it on my own and like you rented, lived there, but like obviously paid me rent 'cause I would own the house. That'd be pretty cool, is all I was thinking. So yeah, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Obviously, I just thought, I don't know. I wonder if Judd's even like interested in moving out of his nan's house at all, or whether he just wants to stay there, like
I got
like
it.
a 40-year-old virgin or something.
I got it pretty fucking made here, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's the thing. I've thought that for ages because there's plenty of people who go to university, like university age, and like really want to move away and move out. And I understand that, but I definitely wasn't. Fly on me. Sorry. I definitely wasn't one of those people. Like, I like it here. Well, I still do like it here, but I don't know. Eventually, it gets to the point where I just don't. There's like, I'd rather take a bit more control over stuff. It's literally little things like when the clothes washing gets done. So every Saturday morning when I'm wanting to lie in or whatever, or on a morning, like, and close to midday, Simon will, my stepdad will say, oh, will you bring your washing down and that? And it might be that I've been fucking shattered and not, been able to tidy anything up for the entire week. It's not that happens like very often, but it might be that. And I look around and there's just, and it's right now, there's clothes everywhere, and I just look and he's asking for it now, and I'm just like, oh, it don't matter, whatever. It's like, and I know technically it's good because I don't have to even wash my own clothes or anything. It's also a pain in the ass because I can't choose when I want to do it or when I don't want to do it. Like, I couldn't just do it like in the afternoon, It's little stuff like that, and starting to get in an investment and being able to like just have more space as well. Like, I would like to have my own living room rather than just everything I have being one room, you know?
Yeah.
So, but that's that anyway.
Well, Hui, that was an interesting topic. I've got one for you.
Go on, Judd. What's your interesting topic? It better be now. You have promised us it's going to be the most interesting thing that's ever happened.
I've been learning German.
On Duolingo?
On Duolingo, yeah!
Yay! Why didn't you let me refer it to you, Judd? I got a free month of premium. I've been learning Svenska the whole time. Why did you pick German?
I just thought it was quite. I've always liked the sound of German. Ever since I was listening to the Nazis, talk. I thought they made a lot of valid points. I just like the way it sounds, and also I think a lot of the time German sounds quite similar to us. Like Ich bin ein. It sounds kind of like I am. Like in a way, in a way, like you can see where it is. So I just thought, I don't know, I'll start learning German. So yeah, I've got Duolingo up. The camera's not much fun. I've got Duolingo up. Yeah. There you go. There you can see it. I'm learning Sprechen Deutsch.
How many days streak have you got so far?
I'm on, where can I say it? 5. I'm on 5 day streak.
5 days streak. Do you want to know how many days streak I've got, Judd?
Go on.
I've got 89 days streak.
Nice. Good.
Pretty cool.
Good. You should do it every day. Also, how are you doing on the league? Because it sets you on a league, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm on number 2 place in the Pearl League, which is 3 from top.
Ooh.
That's kind of weird though, because last month, if you don't know how the leagues work in Duolingo, you get experience for whenever you do like a class, and the more experience you've got, it's like ranked in Apex, it's like ranked in a game. Where the more experience you get, the higher up the ladder in the league are, and if you're in the top 10, who've got the most experience in that sort of set of people, you get promoted to a more difficult league where people have got more experience and that sort of thing. And if you're in the bottom 10 and it's out of 50, you get demoted to one below. So it starts with bronze, then there's a silver, gold, sapphire, ruby, emerald.
Jesus, it keeps going. I didn't know there were that many leagues. Because I'm seeing that. Oh, you guys can't see that. I'm listening to it. Fucking focus, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that, obviously.
Like 5.
I'm like, oh, there's like 5. I'll blitz through it. I've just scrolled past. There's like fucking 20.
Yeah, no, it's really hard. But the thing is, last week, it goes every week, and last week, I end up averaging around 1,000 XP a week.
Yeah.
Because I do, like, I don't know.
By the way, I just want to say really quickly, I am also playing second in the Bronze League.
In the Bronze
League, the lowest. Yeah, that's where you get. That's where you get put when you start. It locks them all off. You silly cunt.
You're so mad at everything.
Nice. Yeah, but because you can never just go nice.
Because
like I did. I went nice.
That's not as entertaining as the thing. But yeah, last week I was still in the Pearl League, and I normally average around 1,000 XP a week. And on the first day, there was people with like 1,500 XP in like at the bottom of the promotion zone, like in number 10, like not even at number 1. But weirdly, this week there's a bunch of scrubs who are barely doing anything. So I don't know, it's weird. But Duolingo's brilliant. Like, what's the point?
It's really good.
There's barely any point having like languages taught in school at this point. Like, it's so much. I know more Swedish now than I can speak French, and I took 5 years of French at school. So yeah, it's pretty good. What I will say, like, did you think much about like what language to learn? Because once you're starting to learn one, that's kind of it then, really, isn't it? You've kind of got to commit to it. You can't just dance around them.
No, what do you mean? Like I thought a lot when I was first picking it.
Dew on the Grass says, "Oh yeah, the leagues go silver, gold, ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, pearl, platinum, white, black, X and Y." It's Pokemon games.
Wait a second.
It's Pokemon games.
Juden.
No.
I'm learning German.
No, it's DEW.
Juden.
Right.
Wait, I just shouted, "I am a Jew." Then, so I guess I'm on your side.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's different per what you learn. So for me, I've just got like a bunch of classes that are like different things. So I've got like basics, food, animals, plurals, clothing, colours, a bunch of things like that. And I've got the leagues and that.
If I were to say you are a Jew, it'd be Iesid ein Juden. It'd be Iesid ein Juden. Iesid ein sign. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, on the PC version, you get more options. If you go on the website on PC, you can do like timed practices and things like that.
That's cool.
And there's also like a forum and things like that. But on Spanish, so because I don't get this on Swedish because it's not as popular as Spanish. And my mum does Spanish on it. You get these stories where like a stories unfold, and you see like little characters, and they've got speech bubbles, and it'll give them a male or female voice or whatever, and it'll say something in Spanish, and then you'll have to sort of fill in the blanks on some of the replies and stuff, which seems pretty cool. And I'm jealous that there isn't Swedish stories, so you might get some of those because Germans, like I'd say, are probably more.
I don't know about German stories. There's not a lot of good ones there.
Well,
Adolf rolled up to the camp.
Oh no! But
he said, "Gott der Jude."
It's good. You can't be saying things that are going to get us banned in German because I'm not going to know what you mean, and then I'm not going to be able to play the sound of it. Why didn't you learn Swedish as well so we could speak in Swedish to each other?
I don't know. I think Swedish is a bit of a pussy language. So
why don't you say that to all them Vikings?
They were Germanic as well, though, weren't they? There was like Sweden, Germanic. Were the German Viking? I wonder.
No, the Vikings, Scandinavia.
What?
I'm sure Google will tell you that they'll be fucking Japanese Vikings. It's not going to help. But what? Go on. What wrong information?
No. It is only coming up with Norway and Sweden and Denmark and like places
probably
like
Finland
that
as well. But
Danes, Germanic tribe.
When I was sort of deciding on what language to learn, the main two, well, there was some that I was thinking were like Mandarin, because that's like a really wide spoken language, but I thought that's going to be hard and annoying.
Yeah.
Or like, something like that. And then the next most popular is Spanish. So I thought, well, Spanish could be pretty good. It's supposed to be a pretty easy language to learn. And it's spoken in so many places. But then when I thought about how many of them I would actually want to like spend a prolonged period in, I was like, I don't know, and I'm not as interested in Spanish as a language. Whereas like Sweden, although it's pretty much only spoken in Sweden, it's, I don't know. I just really like Sweden and like the whole culture there and things like that. I could honestly see myself moving there one day because I wanted to learn a language that I could like potentially see myself living in a country where that's mostly spoken. But currently, the countries that I can see myself living in other than this one is Ireland, Australia, and Sweden. And like, there's only one of those that has a different language. And even that one, to be honest, even Sweden, you don't need to know Swedish. They all speak English very, very, very well. But yeah, did you just think with what language to get? I like German, whatever.
I had a look at it, and I thought originally it was a bit of a meme because at my nerd club where I play with all my little plastic men, they used to they used to call me the Hitler Youth. That was my nickname. So I thought it would be funny if one day I just show up and I know a load of German. So that was partly through it.
So you're not going to tell them? Are you just going to speak a bunch of German at them?
Yeah.
Eventually, so you're going to take like a year to learn German, and then next time, one day when you go in, you just start sprouting some German.
I'll just say, "Hallo, ich bin ein Jorden."
Jordan.
Yeah. I thought I should say it like Jordan because that makes that sounds better. Guten Tag, war gut, wunderbar. all that good stuff.
See, when you say it sounds dead friendly and upbeat. It sounds like you're inviting me to a very friendly gimp sex party.
That's
the impression I get from you.
That's the two. They're the two sides you have of German. You have either have Hans, the gay sort of outgoing, like, auf Wiedersehen, hello.
Yeah, that's you. That's what you.
Hello,
sound
mein
like.
Fräulein. Like you either have that, or you have Ich bin ein, like that. You have that. There's the two. There's the shout. There's Adolf, and then
You'll
there's
be able
Hans.
to
There's
understand
those two.
Tessoteric.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll be having full conversation.
I feel like you could flip very easily between the two. Like, I think most of the time you'll sound like Gay Hans, and then if you ever get annoyed, you'll just sound like little Hitler. You'll sound like baby Hitler. I don't know. I feel like your voice is just a bit too high pitched. We've not got particularly low voices, have we? So I feel like when you speak German, it sounds too friendly and like, come eat this pretzel. I made it out of my own semen. You know, they do weird stuff.
They do weird stuff. Them Germans, all of the Germans, every single one of them.
Are you finding it quite easy learning that?
Yeah, I do. I usually get perfects on it. Like I'm getting pretty good. I'll just quickly run for a practice thingy. I'll just like speak it out. I'll not.
You don't have to do that at all.
Just shit. Like I remember, like girlies matching. Okay, turn the volume off so it's not spamming the fucking mic. How do you say is s? What is the correct translation? It is a girl. It's
Die en flicka.
Is the 9 matchen. How do you say bread, brot? So like it's going in.
Is your word for bread brod as well?
Yeah, ours is brot.
Well, ours is bro with the 2 dots above it d.
Oh, okay. Ours have got the 2 dots, but it's t.
Yeah.
I like how we're saying ours like it's
Guys, vote in the comments which language is better, Swedish or German. And if you say German, then what an idiot.
And guess what you're.
So you've done 5 days, and I have to say it does definitely get harder. If it's weird though, because each class is different depending on what language you're doing. It teaches you different things at different points. Like my mum's had a class in her Spanish one on social media, and there just isn't one of those, so far as I know, on the Swedish one. So it depends. They are a bit different, but I've found that it does get harder the further you go on. Like just sort of, I know it's teaching basics and things like that to start with, so it's kind of meant to get harder.
What's bad about this though is that it was just like sort of a thing that I was doing like when I first got it on, like when did I download on like the Saturday? I was just going, oh yeah, I'm just learning a bit of German for a laugh. And then as I got through a few lessons, it went, oh, we've put you in a league. I'm like, a what? You've done what? And I'm like, I scroll over to it. It's like, we're putting a league of 50 people. You can get promoted. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just like on it like 10 hours a day now.
It is really good because it does feel like a game. It does. It feels like you're playing a little game, and all the graphics on it and things like that feel like a game, and it really does encourage you. And that's a really good thing, especially for kids, if they can get into it. But obviously, it's weird with kids, isn't it? Because they can sniff out learning like a mile away, and then they don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's funny though, because like I was on it the other day, and I was like trying to like get through some lessons so I could get more XP on it, and I started having the feeling that I had when I was playing Hearthstone, when I knew something was bullshit. But of course, it's not bullshit because there's a language. But like,
no, I don't know, because I have to say sometimes it'll like say something like, it's hard for me to say. It's like it'll ask you to say something, but it'll be in the wrong order. So it'll be like. Or it'll be something slightly different. So instead of saying, like on mine, it might ask you to say what's wrong in Swedish. Like if someone said what's wrong. But what it actually gets you to say is what, like, why do you feel bad?
Yeah, there's stuff like that in German as well.
Because it's not telling me what. It's not telling me to say, it's not like making me learn what it's actually is there. I want to know those words, how to say that combination. Because otherwise you end up saying things that aren't what you think you're saying.
There's stuff like that in German, like, excuse me is the same word that they have for sorry, apart from if you're saying I am sorry, where like just sorry on its own is like a 10-letter letter word. And then if you say I am sorry, it's like es tut mir leid. Which is all separate words, like all little words, and then also just like
but that might be getting you to say I apologize. You know what I mean? Rather than saying I am sorry.
I don't know because it's telling me that it's sorry. Also, I is different in certain contexts. Are is like you are something.
Yeah.
Like if
some of
if
these
I
are
said,
just language quirks.
Yeah. If I said we are men, then it'd be wir seen. No, sorry, wir sind Männer. But if I was saying like you are something, then R changes. It's a different word, so it's ihr seed instead of sind. So it changes a bit.
How about this, Judd? In Swedish, it's even worse because if you wanted to say a man, it'd be en man. But if you wanted to say the man, it's mannen. So the comes after the word. But
it comes after.
If you wanted to say the men, it'd be menen, right?
Yeah.
But if you wanted to say the dogs, it wouldn't be. It doesn't change. It'd be hundarna. So a dog is en hund. The dog is hunden. The dogs is hundarna. So it's like Yeah, but those are just language quirks. What I was on about with the slightly different words, like saying sorry or I apologise type, those are different words, and I want to know the word for I and apologise rather than just using sorry. So that's an annoyance with how the app works and things like that. Sometimes the text-to-speech is a bit dodgy too, but I don't know. Duolingo, pretty fun.
Listen, Germans, Swedish, we gotta sort out your languages, guys. Come on. We gotta get in shape now.
Our language is terrible. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. I've got this hope that one day I'll be able to like sort of. I've definitely learned that you might not have noticed it yet, but I know that I'm much better at reading Swedish than I am any other bits. Like reading Swedish is harder than writing it, and hearing it, like listening to it, is the hardest as well.
It's just hard to listen
to. Pretty hard to. But it's harder to, it's a lot easier to read a language than I think it is to speak and listen to a language. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool. Speaking of foreigners. Oh my god! Sorry, let me just explain what's just happened. Only me has been shocked. I was gonna do a transition to talk about holidays with you.
Yeah.
By saying speaking of foreigners, but I've just realised that before then I wanted to talk about something else. But the transition of speaking about foreigners works just as well because it's about an Indian taxi driver.
Awesome.
Oh my god. So, my girlfriend's family were visiting her auntie in London, and basically their car broke down when they were like ready to come home. So they've got breakdown cover, and part of this breakdown cover includes like long distance taxis. So that their car's actually still down there, and this was a while ago. So they got this like 3-hour taxi back from London, with some guy called Mohammed, and they got back, and he wouldn't leave.
What do you mean he wouldn't leave?
Well, they got there, and he asked to use the toilet, which is reasonable. They've been going 3 hours, well, I suppose it's reasonable. They stopped halfway at the services, though, so
okay.
Could have maybe gone then. But he wouldn't leave the house.
What, like, in what context? Like he was just holding up a conversation for too long, or he was no, this is my house now?
It could have been that that this guy and Jasmine's mum were talking for like too long, like longer than normal or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would have kind of thought that with like, Jasmine's mum, likes to have a conversation, is quite friendly with people. So and how she was sort of talking to him was furthering the conversation on. So that, kind of did think that. Except he did take all of the girls in the house's numbers. So this was my girlfriend Jasmine, her 16-year-old sister, and her mum, I think. And also he made Jasmine call him, so he had her number as well. So if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have been too
Yeah.
suspicious. But the fact is that happened. So I like had to sort of finish work an hour early and drive over there just so there was like someone in the house in case he was weird.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I got there, I wasn't that worried. It did actually seem like her mum was like talking to him and he was trying to get away. But I don't know. I just thought it was a bit of a weird story. Because I don't know. That is it me or is that weird?
It's weird that he asked for the numbers. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like yeah, that is weird. But you know,
the thing is, I can kind of see how he might have just been like, well, if you ever need another long distance taxi, you can call me directly because it stops them just going to whoever's close, and then it's quite a common thing to have like a good relationship in the long distance taxi sort of area, because I know that my family goes to the same long distance taxi people whenever we go on holiday. Like if we have to get a taxi to Manchester or like Liverpool or something, it takes like 2 hours. So
bro, listen, that guy is straight up fucking your girlfriend.
is he really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I feel like that's well.
Well, I can't be mad because if I'm mad, then I'm a racist. So
that is how it works. But I don't know. Just thought that was weird. But I thought that transition of speaking of foreigners. Oh my god, that was unfortunate.
good.
Holidays, Judd. Holidays.
Yeah.
Do you want one? Do you want a holiday yet? Because you've been working at that job for a while without a proper holiday. I'm talking like going away somewhere type of thing. Like Centre Parks, fucking Scarborough, Spain, I don't know, anywhere.
I'm too busy. I just can't.
Why?
I'm too busy. I gotta save up money. I've got driving lessons to do. I need to practice for my theory stuff. I need to do another safety passport thing. I need to look into getting an apprenticeship. I need to double check on the what's it fucking called? Tax back stuff. But we think that the tax back stuff sorted. They're just waiting for my register for the electoral vote to go through, so they know that they've got proof of address. I've got a lot of shit going on. I'm busy. Like when I'm not busy, when I'm fucking on an apprenticeship, then I should imagine like by the time I'm on an apprenticeship and I've got like that stuff sorted out, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go on a holiday.
Do you think you'll have enough money by then? Because you'll be earning a lot less, won't you?
Yeah, I'll be earning a lot less. In fact, I've got a holiday booked.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm talking about. I've got a holiday booked. I'm not. It'll be on. Oh, hold on. Let me have a look.
Where is it while you're looking?
I'm going to Download. I'm going to the Download Festival.
Download Festival. Is that a holiday? I suppose.
Well, I'd consider that holiday because I'm having like basically a full week off, and I'm going somewhere. I'm doing something, so I'd consider that a holiday. It's Download. Out of work time.
Is that next year?
It's next year. It is on the 4th of June.
4th of June. Anyone interesting playing at Download Festival next year?
Who am I? Let me have a look who I'm excited to see. So Kiss are going. I said, who am I? Kiss are going, which, I'll go and see Kiss just so I can say I've seen them. It's like the novelty of seeing Kiss. Biffy, apparently a lot of people know who Biffy Clyro is.
Yeah, Biffy Clyro. All right.
Clyro.
I'm not blown away yet, but all right. Yep.
I'm just trying to think who I can't remember. Whatever. System of a Down.
Okay.
So
I know one of their songs. Don't know what it's called, but I'm sure I do know one.
BYOB, the one we always used to play on Guitar Hero, and that's where I first heard him.
Oh yeah, that's literally the only one I know.
That's it.
On the tabletop. I don't know any of the words.
A Day to Remember.
Remember that Guitar Hero World Tour? What a game!
Yeah. I know. I've heard of A Day to Remember. I don't listen to them. Deftones are going. Korn are going. I'm excited. I am excited to see Korn. I'm just going to say the ones that I know now. Gojira are going. I really like Gojira. I'm looking
Gogeta from Dragon Ball Z.
Gogeta's going to be there. Black Veil Brides. I'm not super into Black Veil Brides, but I know of them. Rise Against are going. Ailstorm. Fucking it. Ailstorm, looking forward for them. Powerwolf, I guess I'll go and see maybe. Mastodon. Who else do I know? I think that's everybody out of the people I know.
Good. So you've never been to a festival yet, have you?
No, this will be my first one.
Right. Okay. Well, I've never been to a festival like that. I've been to plenty of festivals, but not necessarily any that's like any of your mega ones. I've been to tramlines, but not how you know. I've played at tramlines, but kind of in the sort of fringe of it.
Yeah.
What I will say is, I'm also considering going to a festival, and I'm going to the most normie festival you can think of. I would say Download's probably the second most normie festival actually in our country. Yeah. What would you say that is the second? Because obviously, I would say
I don't know. I don't really go to festivals.
The most normie festival is Leeds Fest.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Reading is
it is.
Yeah, out in the entire country, and then there's Glastonbury, but that doesn't feel like a festival for some reason. Maybe Glastonbury's the top, but there's Leeds Fest is one of them. Download, and then what else? What's some other big festivals?
Well, this is the other one that I'm.
Festivals UK. Let's see. Largest music festivals in the UK from consultancy.uk. Glastonbury is number 1, Download is number 2. Apparently V Festival is number 3, but this is just by this is by visitors, so, and then it's Reading and Leeds. Creamfields, that's pretty popular.
Yeah, I might be going to Creamfields next year.
Wireless,
I might be.
Latitude and Bestival. I have heard of all of these, but that's weird because I feel like Leeds and Reading are the big. Well, I would say Glastonbury. Then I would have thought Leeds and Reading. But
yeah,
I think it's probably because for popular music, Download's a little more metally, isn't it?
Yeah, but by the way, the other one that I'm going to be going to next year is Bloodstock, and first of all, one of the headliners is going to be fucking Judas Priest. Judas Priest are going to be at Bloodstock, and then I'm looking for these are who I'm looking forward to. Skindred, I fucking love Skindred. Glory Hammer are going. I'm not super into their music, but they're fun to listen to. They do really cheesy, epic metal music like fighting dragons and shit like that. Ginger's going. Ginger, she's awesome. Who else is going that I really like? There's not as many going to Bloodstock that I like, but my favourite band is going to Bloodstock. Necrogoblicon are going, so I gotta fucking go.
You've got to end up being the successor to John Goblicon. You gotta do it. Look up who that is if you don't know.
Look up John Goblicon. He's actually my absolute idol.
So, Judd, I feel like I'm a festival veteran, as I was in a band. I should give you some advice. I'm going to sprout this off the top of my head, so we'll see how much comedic effect this can have. Advice number 1: get if you're camping, I'm guessing.
We're taking a
camping.
big tent. Yeah.
So, however many people are going, add at least 2 to the size of the tent you need. So if there's 4 people you know is going, you can't sleep in a 4-man tent. It has to be at least a 6-man tent. Definitely. They're never big enough. You always need a tent that's bigger than the amount of people. If there's only supposed to be 2 of you staying in one tent, that needs to be a 3 or 4-man tent. It can't be a 2-man tent because it will literally have enough space for 2 small people in it and nothing else. So yeah, that's my number 1. Bring as much booze as you can, rather than buying it from the place.
I think they stop you at Download. I think you're not allowed to take any in.
Yeah, you're normally not supposed to on any festivals, but you still need to bring a shit ton for when you're in the tent. But also, you can fandangle stuff sometimes and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else. The thing is, right, these are different festivals to what I'm used to, in a way, in that the festivals I'm used to are kind of, I don't know, less daunting, less scary, there's less pricks at them, I think is the main thing. Like, the type of people I imagine would go to things like Leeds Festival and kind of download and stuff like that. I imagine more of them to be kind of knobheads, you know? Whereas the festivals I've gone to, no one is, and that's the main difference, really. Well, you might get a few, but... so I'm also considering going to Leeds Fest next year, because it's in Leeds, so we could... You know, it wouldn't be very hard to get to, be easy to, like, only camp for, like, a little bit and drive home. There wouldn't be a massive road trip. Yeah. And do you want to know who's on? There's a lot of, like, popular sort of, like, festival artists. None of which I'm particularly interested in, but I kind of want to go just because I know that a normal person would freak out at this lineup, and I kind of just want to see what that means, if you know what I mean. So, right, main stage, well, there's actually 2 main stages, I think. So, there's main stage East and main stage West. Stormzy. Big boy Stormzy, Catfish and the Bottlemen.
Way too big for your boots.
Have you heard, you know them ones, Catfish?
I know them. Yeah.
You don't know Catfish, and I only know one of the Bottlemen. No, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Post Malone is going to be there.
Okay, yeah.
Disclosure. I'm pretty sure that's a massive DJ. So that'll be very interesting because I've never been to like a festival with a DJ. Like the closest I've come to that is Pete Bog Fairies, which is a funk folk troupe. But so I don't know. I'm very interested in it because these are top sort of normie things. There's Liam Gallagher is going to be there on one of the main stages. Then there's Queens of the Stone Age. I'm not particularly familiar with them. Lewis Capaldi, who I think is trash, but I'm very interested in seeing live because I think he will be shit live, and I want to confirm whether that's true or not. Two Door Cinema Club I've heard of. AJ Tracey.
I do like Two Door Cinema Club.
Da Baby. He's on a song with KSI, so there's that. Doja Cat, who's one of those, like, Nicki Minaj clones, like, you know, Iggy Azalea, you know, one of those, like, big booty ones, I think. Mabel, which just sounds like they've taken someone from like, Alabama or something and plonked her on a stage, so I'm interested into what that happens there. MK. Don't know, those are just 2 letters. Yeah. Mouse and keyboard? I mean, is that... Do you know one that I am genuinely really excited for? 100 Gex. Do you know 100 Gex, Jude?
No, what?
Well, picture, like, you know, like, when people are really into, like, hype beast clothing, and the clothing looks kind of stupid and ridiculous, and they wear a massive puffer jacket because it cost them $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, now imagine that is music. That's what 100 Gex is.
Nice.
So I've listened to some of them because it's like the sort of hype fashion. They're the hype fashion music, essentially. They're like the main ones for that. So I want to see what this is then. I would describe it as nearly good, but it is bad. and the way it sounds, I have no idea how it will sound live as well. So, you know, I'm really interested in that. There's a bunch of ones here that I've never heard of, apart from one. Ashniko Beabadoobe. That is spelled Beabadoobee. Beabadoobe. Fever 333, Lyra, Madison Beer, and Sophie Tucker. I know Madison Beer. She's been in David Dover.
We've got Ooh Boo Ba Doo Boo, Shibala Bab Big Bob, Ooh Goo Ga Doo Goo, and Sophie Tucker.
So yeah, I don't know. Festivals. Do you consider festivals holidays then? Or is it a holiday if you kind of have to travel somewhere and kind of stay somewhere for a while?
For me, I'm going to be booking time off work. I'm going to be staying over somewhere, like somewhere that, like, you know, I'm not familiar with, and in like it's a place that I own, and I'm going to be out doing something. So to me, yes, that's a holiday because I'd go on Centre Parks for a holiday.
Yeah. But that's like, there is differences. I agree. I do think that's a holiday. What if, right? Because Leeds Fest might work like this. What if it's over a weekend and you are travelling and staying somewhere, but it's somewhere close. So like, obviously, in Leeds Fest, I might not have to book time off work, 'cause it's on a weekend, and I might just be camping over at Leeds Fest for that.
Yeah.
Would you consider that a holiday or not?
Yeah, are you booking time off work?
Well, like I said, potentially not, because it's weekend, isn't it? It might end up being just one day. It might end up being a Friday I have to book off. If I did do it, to be honest, I'd probably end up booking the Friday off that it is, and then the Monday after I get back to recover or something like that. But maybe not.
I think if you're doing it on a weekend and it's only the weekend, it doesn't have any impact on work, then I don't actually class it on as a holiday, because that's just a weekend away.
Yeah. Okay, what about, like, other holidays? So, like, me and Jasmine went to a hotel in Masham, or something like that. Is that a weekend away or not? I don't know. We weren't working at the time.
Yeah, it's a weekend away.
But what do you think about like that? Are you interested in doing anything like that at any point or anytime soon? Would it be like next year, do you think? Like you said, when you're an apprentice, what type of holidays do you like most like or are most interested in doing? Don't worry, viewers. Don't worry, listeners. Your earphones aren't broken. It's just that Judd's lost his brain.
I have lost my brain. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I don't. You expect me to have answers to these fucking bizarre questions like on demand? I don't know. The one where I do enough drugs to kill a fucking elephant.
No, but do you not think that, like, at some point you're like, oh, I won't mind going to, like, Amsterdam with the boys or something like that? Do you not think things like that while you're at work or, like, going about your business or...
Yeah, I think it's sometimes, like, what would it be like if I went to this place and who would I go with? Yeah. I thought about going to Japan a few times.
Fucking, you would not survive in Japan.
I would.
You barely survive walking down your own street. How would you navigate around Japan when you don't know anything and you don't even like them? You hate everyone there, and
it's to be fair, it's more the Chinese nowadays.
Oh fucking hell.
It's not as bad, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess that'd be part of it. Like, I'd go there and I'd fucking get lost for a bit, and then when I were done getting lost, I'd go up to a taxi man and be like, "Can you take me back here?" And he'd go, "Hey!"
No, he wouldn't.
Hey!
How? What?
He'd go, "Hey, what? Huh?"
He wouldn't know what you're on about.
He'd go, "See there?"
Yeah. No, I mean, you're joking, but he wouldn't know what you're on about. They don't speak English very well there.
Then I'd bring up a fucking Google Translator or something. I'd be like, listen to this, you fucking jab.
No. Fucking hell. So I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is, like, so it seems to me that you're, like, mostly interested in just going and doing things that sound interesting. You don't really give a shit about a holiday or, like, anything like that. You just, like...
There's one thing that has been sounded really appealing recently, and it's just having 2 days on my own in Centre Parks and or just literally just somewhere in the woods to just sit there and fucking listen to the birds, and that's it. Just so I can have my 2 days where I can just, not have to deal with fucking anyone. Because that week that I had, I still had to get to work, so I still dealing with work's bullshit.
Yeah.
I want to have a couple days where I can just sit somewhere, and I'd probably turn my phone off as well. Just 2 days, and then, like...
Parks is probably not a good idea for that, because it's really expensive, but...
Yeah, I know, it's really... But I mean, like, somewhere like it. The only way I say that is because I like how outdoorsy it is, and I like... I like the pubs there as well. Like, if, like, it's got enough outdoorsiness to it where I can sit there and relax, but also, like, if I go think on a night out, I might want to go somewhere to have a bit of a drink, I'll go out and I'll have a drink, and I might get,
There's plenty of villages. He says why you might need to pass your driving test for something like that as well, because there's plenty of villages around that kind of accommodate for that. Like I was on about with Masham, I think it's called Massam, but it's spelt Masham. It's where there's a brewery there, and they do brewery tours. I don't know if they do them now. They weren't doing them while we were there because of virus, but it's Black Sheep Brewery. There's a bunch of nice pubs. There's some nice ass restaurants there. There's a Michelin star restaurant, but it's a very small village. You can't you can't walk anywhere within the village for more than 10 minutes. Like, it takes 10 minutes to get from one side to the other walking. But,
Yeah.
Which is great, because there's a really cheap hotel. It cost us £120 to stay for 2 nights. Sup, Tesoteric? Hello. Judd's learning German.
Oh,
maybe you should
hello.
say some stuff in chat.
Hello.
And then, so it costed maybe 120 quid for 2 nights, and it was at a pub. So you can, sit in this pub, which gets its beer straight away from the brewery and all that sort of thing. And it's really countryside, because you literally walk out your door of the room and you turn left and walk maybe 2 minutes, and you're in fields and trees forever. Like, for ages. For like 3 hours if you want. So, it's really good, and it's nice for like a relaxing weekend, sort of a relaxing time away. I completely understand that sort of holiday with working now, which is why it kind of annoys me. Whenever I go away with my mum, she plans like a fucking shit ton of itinerary, and I don't want that. You know, when I go on holiday, I might plan 1, maybe 2. If I go on holiday for a week, I might plan 2 things at most that I'm going to do. The rest of the time, I'll just do whatever I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
Tesoteric says, Hello, Yud. Way gets.
I'm doing well. Way gets. See, I fucking got it. I got it. I knew what he said then.
German, Judd.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it. I'm doing well. I know how to reply with "we gets," but I don't know. I don't actually know how to say I'm doing well.
All right then. Why did that sound so disappointed by that? All right then. Well,
I was actually surprised that I knew that. I like thought in my head and went, "Oh, I know this one. The bird taught me this one."
The bird. What about holidays abroad, Judd? Anything like that? Anything like that you're interested in? You're just not interested at all yet. Is that a future sort of plan for you?
Yeah,
because you said ages ago that you were planning a little trip to Canada for a week when you first started working at this job.
Yeah, that was because I wanted to do. I wanted to have a game, basically, a Warhammer 40k game against the people who basically helped me sort of get into it. There's a YouTube channel called Mini Wargaming, and I watched them sort of when I was first getting into it, and it helped me understand it more. And I still watch the videos today when they put out battle reports, and I just wanted to go over, and I wanted to have a game against the guy who basically plays my main army.
Yeah,
and I wanted it to almost sort of be like the student surpasses the master moment, because if I could have beaten him, I would have been sick. But
I think eventually, at some point, maybe in a year or 2 even, we should have a lads trip. We should have a Games Badly trip to Canada, because it's one of the places I would like to visit as well.
Yeah.
So that could be pretty decent. My next sort of plan for abroad is Sweden again, though. Sweden sounds good. I'd like to go to Sweden. Well, that's holidays. I've got another story, Judd, for you. Before you, if have you got anything that you wanted to mention on this podcast, or nay?
Yeah, I'm up to date with Umbrella Academy now.
Right. Okay. Give it. Come on. Bust your load on all over me about it. Sming Meb says show tits. We actually can't even show male tits.
I'm not allowed, Sam. I will get in trouble. I would, and I was about to then, but I will get in trouble for it.
Go on, give us your thoughts. Umbrella Academy Season 2. First, let me say what I think you're going to say. I think you're going to think it's slightly better than Season 1, but it's still just most of the same.
No, I thought it was a bit better. I didn't feel like it was most of the same. I thought they explored some stuff that I kind of wanted them to explore more. I got context for why there's a talking monkey. so like when we're watching that, it's like Season 2, Episode 6, and it basically kind of showed you. It didn't super go into it, but it showed you, and I sort of just went, fine.
If you don't know why Judd was so annoyed at Umbrella Academy, I just uploaded the video for that last night, so you can go and watch that on the Games Badly YouTube channel, or it's on Spotify or Apple Music and all of those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
are you getting more happy with Umbrella Academy now? Then
I'm getting a bit happier. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they do with season 3 because I think they left
nice.
they left it on a much better. They left this season on a much better ending than they did season 1 because season 1 kind of just ends. Like it's this big build up. It's this big build up, and then it ends, and you go, oh.
I don't think it just kind of ends. There is kind of it does feel a bit of a weird thing, but I guess. Although, so now you've finished Umbrella Academy, Judd. I've got a new assignment of TV for you to watch.
Oh, I've already set myself on with one, but what do you want?
What have you started?
I'm about to start Lovecraft Country.
Don't do that. Listen here, you might have to spend some money on this. Actually, you might have to get Amazon Prime and watch The Boys.
Yeah,
because season 2 of The Boys comes out this Friday. Listen here, Judd. Honestly. The Boys is better than Umbrella Academy.
I've no doubt that it is, and I do actually really want to watch The Boys. It's just I got to kind of watch like what I'm spending. So,
well, it's like £60 a year.
it's the initial £60 though.
What do you mean? I'll send you a link. Okay. You'll be fine. You can watch it. Don't worry. Just look for it on the internet. You'll find it somehow. If you get what I'm drifting towards.
I hope you're not fucking implying what I think you're implying, boy.
Yeah, that's your next assignment. Judd, I've got a present for you as well.
You got a present for me?
You know what it is? This is a weird
bit. Are you gonna fart down your fucking microphone?
Actually, no, I'm not even gonna do it. It's not good. I'll tell you in private.
What? No, say it on the podcast now.
I can't.
Do it.
I really can't.
Why?
What I will tell you is, do you remember, I told you a while back a story, like sort of close to the start of lockdown, there was a story of my granddad getting drunk and falling in the bath.
Oh my god, you've got your granddad's severed arm.
No. I just realised what you'd said then. No, my granddad's got one arm, for people who doesn't know.
You brought it to me like a cat brings their owner a dead bird.
No, my granddad's got one arm because he saved some people from getting a big mining machine falling on them when he was younger in the mines. And he had to have his arm amputated, so he's only got one arm. But he likes to get drunk, and he fell in the bath, and my grandma had to help him out. So that was something that happened a while ago on another podcast. But guess what?
What?
There's a sequel, Judd.
He did it again.
But this time he didn't fall out of the bath. He fell out of bed.
Oh god!
But we don't know that he was drunk. They didn't tell us that he was drunk this time, but we suspect that he probably was.
You had a bit of a sneaking suspicion he were a bit tipsy.
Yeah, and essentially, he's fallen out of bed, and his arm, that's like, his stump, essentially, I suppose, has like gone into his chest, and so he's cracked a rib, and all the stump of his arm's gone all purple and swollen.
Oh god!
So it looks quite bad, but he's getting better. He's all right. But it was not the time that happened, but he fell out of bed another time within a week. And the reason why he fell out that time, I'm guessing he was drunk again, was my grandma told me that it was because he was having a dream and he went to punch someone with the arm that doesn't exist in his dream and flung himself out of bed. And fell on the floor. So, yeah, I don't know. I just find it funny that my granddad went to punch someone without an arm and that wasn't there and fell out his bed and couldn't get back up again. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, I love it.
That's that. You got anything else, Judd? How's driving going?
It's going fine. I did parallel parking last week and I got it first fucking try. It was awesome. I went, and then I killed 2 people, but it was perfectly parked.
You killed them perfectly, you hit them.
It was it was like a clean kill. They died instantaneously. Yeah. There was no pain.
And so, have you booked your theory test?
I've booked my theory one. Yeah.
Yeah. How long is that? How long until
It's November time. I can't remember the exact.
November? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's like over 2 months away.
I know, it's because
That's
of
crazy.
it's because of all the backlogs from the coronavirus shit that they're all having to get through,
Jesus.
and then now new people are booking into it, so it's
Basically, there's no way you're going to be driving until next year.
yeah, I won't be until early next year.
Fucking hell. That's
Yeah.
so long. Have you been saving money from your job? Like, have you been doing any good amount of saving? Because cars and stuff are so expensive. So
Yeah.
expensive. It'll cost you, I would say, $3,000 at least for your first car.
Yeah.
At least $3,000. Probably closer to 5. So what's your plan for that? Are you going to do that, or are you just going to hope that money falls into your lap again?
No, I'm saving. That's why I'm saying like with that the boys thing. It's like just even little shit like that. I'm just being really cautious of now. I'm not going out for food as much as I was before. I'm making sure I always have a packed lunch. So it's I'm being a lot. I'm trying to be a lot more careful with money than I have been.
Have you got like a saving strategy? So like how much do you earn a month?
Jesus, you're getting into fucking numbers
it's
right
like
now.
400 quid a week into or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's 1,200 a month, 1,200 a month.
Yeah.
Right. So how much of that are you currently saving for things? Like how much of that are you putting towards something?
I try and save about like minimum 100 a week. I try to put 100 a week.
Yeah.
Now, I want to save more, but I go over to my friends a lot, and then we'll go out drinking, and then also I want to go through into town. I want to play games at 40k. I'm not buying any more 40k models now. I'm done with that shit.
For now.
But for now, yeah, I'm being more cautious of my money. I've got to pay my nana board. I've got to pay petrol money to people that I owe petrol money to. I've got to pay for my driving lessons. So there's still money that's going out that's going to have to be spent.
Because the reason I say is that my current plan, because within a year I want to have saved up £10,000 for a deposit on a house. So I've calculated I need to save £333 a month to do that within a year. So I'm saving 350, just a bit more. Starting next month, I'm going to be paying that into a house. Because I earn the same as you, by the way. It's actually 1,275, so it's pretty much exactly the same as you. So, and then on top of that, I'm planning on putting away 200 to 300 into sort of a more general savings thing for either trips, or it's probably going to be car, because my car's MOT comes up in November, and well, put it this way, it's getting scrapped. It's getting scrapped.
Okay.
So I need to probably buy another car and insure it and all that sort of bollocks again. So yeah, I don't know. When you're spending sort of like 650 to 700, but you get 1,200, so you're left with like what, £500-600 to spend a month. I think that's fine. I do have to buy petrol and things like that. Why are you smirking? You're smirking all the way through this. I don't like your smirk.
I'm watching a video of a funny doggy on Facebook.
Fucking hell, you're so lame. Well, Judd, unfortunately, we've had a request for me to play a video called I Love France. It's 17 seconds long, so that's what I'm going to end the podcast with, and unfortunately, no, Judd's not going to be able to hear this, but I'll let him know what happens.
I'll just bang it on YouTube.
You can just bring it up. Here you go, hold on, I'll send you the link in chat. This has been requested by Judd's strange friend, Sam.
Fucking hell, Sam! What have you
promised
requested?
that it's not going to get us banned or anything like that.
He's not going to. Jake won't find it funny. Don't find shit like this funny.
Ready, Judd?
Yeah.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Fuck him, dude.
Well, for the podcast listeners, that's just going to be... For the audio-only listeners, that's just going to be weird. For anyone else, Yeah. That
for
was
anybody
the
else,
definition of a
it's gonna be weird.
deep-fried meme. Anyway, right, that's the end of a podcast. What a fucking sorry end to that was. Just like how bad France is, am I right?
Yeah, just
everyone
like
who
France.
saw that video. Am I right, everyone? Right, bye.